Harkonnens blood and spice to lie. What is worth more than gold? Ancient secrets still untold. Shiny whispers, dreams to thee. Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens at Hadoran. Rising from the dust and doubt. Dreams to thee, Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens at Hadoran. Rising from the dust and bound. Beneath twin suns on Arrakis land, firmament whispers in the wind so grand. Melange flows through every hand. Shai Hulud rules the desert sand. Paul's visions, good times hold. He who sees where futures unfold. Blue within blue eyes so bold. Destinies in spice foretold. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens at Hadoran. Rising from the dust and back. Cutting through the sky. Harkonnens blood and spice to lie. What is worth more than gold? Ancient secrets still untold. Shiny whispers, dreams to thee. Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens at Hadoran. Rising from the dust and bound. Dreams to thee, Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens at Hadoran. Rising from the dust and bound.
Welcome back, everyone. Post episode 1, Dune Prophecy. Just got done watching it. I watched the little trailer for the next episodes, and then I watched kind of the little behind the scenes at the end. And I gave you my first thoughts just coming out of it. Wait for a couple of people to get in. Wait for I got 5 people watching on TikTok. Hey, welcome. I'm gonna give my thoughts to the. Oh, I didn't change it. Oh, I thought I changed that. Oh, I need to change my little tile there. That's all that is. I can do that. I can change that. Boom. Fixed that. Fixed it. Um. Yeah, waiting for some people to get in here. I'm going to give my thoughts on the first episode, and so let me see if I can send out the stream here to some folks first. Let's see what we got here. There we go. We got post show. Let's see if we Secrets of Dunes. He Secrets of Dune's live. Secrets of Dune is live. That's pretty fun. Mine's gonna be very short because I actually want to go watch some other live streams on some other folks. I only see Secrets of Dune. Looks like he's gonna do something, which he's basically that guy's basically inspiration to why I started a new channel. Him and Quinn's ideas and nerd cookies. So let's see here. Let's see if we can get some. Let me go back to my let's go here. Let's get the. Hey, we got a person watching on YouTube. Let me send this out real quick and see if I can get let me send this out on the Discord here. I get at least a couple people in here. Throw something in the chat. Let me know you're watching and you're a real person in the chat real quick. Before I want to get a couple people here before I give my thoughts on this episode. So I think I was reading and looking at some I think I let some of those negative reviews during this last week affect me. And I don't think I'm gonna listen to people anymore, articles or people who don't like it, because I thought so there was a couple things that threw me off. So the flashback parts kind of bugged me more than the show. So when it gets into the actual current show, the current timeline of Dune Prophecy, all the current of things happening, I was into it. And then, but some of this they condensed and changed some stuff from the flashbacks, so I'll go over that too. Definitely, I seen some reviews that was like they gave it a 5, and I was like, after watching it tonight, I was like, no, this is not a 5 show. Now there's a couple. Some of the music wasn't exactly. It's TV level, HBO TV level music. You know, HBO show music. So as far as HBO big shows go, it's like normal music. You know, it's definitely not Hans Zimmer music. So I think that's where people were are complaining about the show, is that because it's HBO show, it's not a motion picture with Hans Zimmer soundtrack. So, but then I think it almost seems like I like the music later on. So it almost seemed like in the beginning it was a little more generic-y, and then it got better as the episode went on. So that was interesting. So at the end of it, I was into the music. I always look at soundtracks as part of my stuff for shows. So overall, before I get into it, I liked the episode. I actually really liked it. You know, it gets right into it. It doesn't mess around. It's not. It's. They were trying to say it was a lot of talking, but I knew it was going to be that because that's how the books are, right? So then, but then there's actually more suspense and thriller stuff going on than I thought. From the way everyone's been talking about this show, it's like, oh, it's that's so boy, and I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. And then I watched it tonight. I was like, I really liked it. I was like, okay, what are they? So, um, I don't know. I think people are just, and so I could see in the um so some of the casting I think was, you could tell they weren't putting like the greatest actors in there in some of the spots, like some of the sisters, the younger ones. Some of the acting was a little not so good. Um so the older, all the you can tell the actors that have experience, they're the better ones, obviously. So this is this kind of show where you can tell the difference between seasoned actors and younger actors just getting into TV and stuff. You can tell the difference, right? So, I mean, you got Mark Strong, you got, Emily Watson. You could tell that these are seasoned actors that are like, they know what they're doing. And then you see some of the younger ones in the flashbacks and the younger sisters. You're just kind of like, okay, so that's why these people will get paid so much, right? The older ones. Yeah, so they definitely, that I could tell there's some, but that's the same in every show, really. And I guess a lot of people want to know if this is like, so to speak, woke. Um, I mean, if you're looking at it for the first time, you might think that. But in the books, this actually toned down a little bit, really, from the books, I think. So I mean, it's the sisterhood, so it's gonna be full of women. So I didn't see them pushing any kind of modern agenda. So the story, though, so we'll get into that in a minute. I got 3 people watching. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you are watching on YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Let me know. I'm letting the Discord know, the Dune Awake. So if you don't know, I'm in part of the Dune Awakening Discord. That's kind of like a main platform I use to talk to people too that love Dune, because that game's the next big thing for after this show. That'll be coming out in the spring. And so yeah. So people are, someone's in the Discord is asking right now, is it a, oh, Kiro Yui, Kiro Yui, thank you for watching it. Did you watch it? Are you not? So I liked it. There was a couple things I didn't like, but it was story plot based, not necessarily. So the scene, I don't want to. Well, if you watched it already, then you know what happened in the beginning. We see the scene where Valia confronts Rorotea, right? So Valia confronts Rorotea because their Reverend Mother Superior. Well, I don't have a still shot of that, but the let me get into the. Let me pull this up here real quick. Valia Harkonnen confronts Rorotea, Sister Rorotea, and that's accurate from the book Mentats of Dune. So that whole first scene where the Reverend Mother's dying. Male. Oh, the dude. So he's not from the book. So these books take place. This show takes place after the books. So Desmond Hart, I think he's the son of an admiral. I think there's an Admiral Hart in the books in in Navigators of Dune and stuff that's working loyalist to the Emperor, and I think that might be his dad. But it hasn't say that. It doesn't say that specifically in the books. Who, the Viking guy? Yeah. So so his story is supposedly he gained some sort of, and it shows it I'm not gonna ruin anything because the first episode it showed it. He gets swallowed by, because at the end he shows he gets swallowed. That's why the Emperor Javico is looking at the hologram at the end, and he's watching him get swallowed by a worm. He escapes a worm somehow. We don't know exactly how, and then it looks like he's gained some sort of power, right? I'm thinking, guys, that I'm thinking he got swallowed by the worm. It's trying to make it look like he has some sort of power, right? Like maybe some telekinesis or some sort of power to fry people. I don't know. I think maybe he got a piece of technology in the worm. Maybe the worm swallowed like a thinking machine or something. I don't know. I'm guessing here. That's the mystery. I don't know how that ends. So because that's not from the. You gotta understand this takes place 30 years after the books. Sisterhood of Dune, Mentats of Dune, and Navigator of Dune. And then the first scene you see where she confronts Dorothea after Reverend Mother dies, that's from the book Mentats of Dune. That happens almost exactly. That's the part where I had a little bit of problem with. So in that scene in the book Mentats of Dune, Mother Superior Raquel is on her deathbed, just like in the episode, but she brings what they don't show in the show is that it mentions that was her mother or grandmother, I think it was. That's true. Raquel was Dorothea's, the one she made stab. That was like her mother or grandmother, I think. In the book, I think it's her mom, but I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. But that she was actually a loyalist to the Empire. Okay, so she was a truthsayer to the previous emperor, which was Salvador. Okay, and so what happens is she calls him back eventually. Mother Raquel tries to unite the sisterhood again. So when she's dying, she has Dorothea, who they both had a split, right? Dorothea was anti-machine, anti-technology, loyal to the how could he make the sister burn on? Yeah, see that part I don't know, man. I don't know that. That's what he's got, some piece of tech. I think it's not a power. I think he has some piece of tech he got inside the worm, and he's not saying what it is. That's my theory. Because notice how he's gonna blame that little the prince, the Richishi prince, little boy. They're gonna blame that on the AI toy he had. And I do like that, dude. I really like that scene. I did not think they were gonna do all that in this show, like shows remnants of AI. I didn't think they were gonna show it, even though it was a simple toy. All that tech is forbidden. It's like a death sentence. So I was surprised. That's why they were looking at him like, what the hell? Like, you can't have that tech. It's when the queen, she's like, that's forbidden. That's a death sentence. That's why it's such a big deal to have that kind of tech. So yeah. Maybe it's similar to when Paul, Jessica, and Aaliyah all had those nosebleeds in the original movie, although not sure if that's in the books. The nosebleeds? I don't remember the nose bleeding in the original Dune book. So going back to that first part when I showed the flashback, so what happens is they're in that room and they clear it out, just like, but the Reverend Mother, she asks young Dorothea to work together in the book. That didn't happen in the show. In the book, she's like, I want both of you to promise you're going to work together to strengthen the sisterhood. And then they're like, oh, perfect, cool. And then what happens Yeah. You're talking about. I'm not really talking about. Oh, so you think maybe he got some water of life? Maybe he got exposed. The guy in this show. Maybe he got. Yeah, that was another thing I was thinking. Maybe he got exposed a little bit of water of life, and it gave him some kind of power. Possible, I guess. I guess we'll find out. Because this is new territory. There's no books on this show. So that other scene was when so going back to what I was talking about, the their mother's dying, the Reverend Mother. She's not Reverend Mother technically, she's Mother Superior, but she's dying. She makes them promise the room's cleared out by this point. And it's just Rorotea, Mother Superior, and then Rorotea, and she makes them um basically um promise to work together. They do. She goes ahead and touches Rorotea, and Rorotea gets all of her memories. This is in the book, not in the show. She gets all the information, and then she finds out, oh, they're hiding the computer database, the genetic database, which they talked about. Now, in the show, it's like that key, I think, is the entrance key, which you think that's the database. It's not. It's in a room. There's a whole room. They're probably going to show us later. There's a whole room with all these supercomputers, AI stuff that they're doing. They keep talking about the genetic database. So yeah, but anyways, regardless, she realizes they all are still using it because the Reverend Mother's dying, passes all her information, her knowledge to Rorotea, and then she's like frozen, kind of absorbing all this information, and then she's like, Valia doesn't want to share the power, so she basically throws the voice on her, just like we saw in the episode, but it's not out in the corridor. It's still up in the room where the mother died, or the Reverend Mother died. She does all, so that was a little difference there. So basically, instead of her just kind of like, she was going to try and destroy all the stuff. So it's very, very similar. They just did it to change and speed up the process, I guess, the story a little bit. But there's a lot more going on behind the scenes there in the book. But it's basically the same. She does use the voice on Rorotea, and she does make her take her knife out and stab herself, and she can't do nothing about it. The scene in the book's way better, though. Because she's really struggling. And it's way better. And it's more personal in the book. But she does so it all does basically happen the same way. So it's pretty good. I was like, wow, they're really doing this from the book for the most part. It's changes, but they really put that in there. I didn't see that coming. The beginning, dude. Who else? Are we not going to mention that they showed the freaking Butlerian Jihad, but they only showed it for like freaking 20 seconds, which kind of sucks. They showed the Machine Crusade there, the Butlerian Jihad there for a couple seconds, which was pretty cool. I was like, wow, they're actually showing this, and then it went so quick, and I was like, oh, okay, well at least we got something. So the Butlerians fighting the thinking machines. I don't wonder what planet that was. I bet you that was Corrin. When they landed on Corrin, I bet it would have been cool if they showed some kind of fleets or something, but yeah. Let's see here. Let's pull up so Desmond Hart, a new character. He's not mentioned before really in the books that I know of. And then did you guys haven't read those books, have you? The prequel books? That's what this is all. And it's so far so good. They're pretty like they're referencing stuff accurately. I hope so. I hope we see more Thinking Machine flashbacks. But I mean, it's so far gone now that I think they're pretty much focusing on, because Thinking Machines. The only Thinking Machine that's really running around in the prequel books, in Sisterhood and Mentats, is Erasmus, his memory core. So that would be something. If they show that like at the end of the season or something, someone has the Erasmus memory core, that would be pretty cool. Even though they probably won't do it exactly the same as the book, but if they showed that, dude, I would be like, dude, if they did that, I would be like, this is a 10 out of 10 show. But I don't think they're gonna show Rasmus's memory core. And I don't remember. I can't remember if he's destroyed at the end of. I have to go back and look real quick, but yeah. But yeah. But what they put in there was actually accurate, dude. Wallach. So it starts off there. Wallach 9, true. That's the planet. See, they didn't really mention that Salvador came in and killed a bunch of the sisters on a different planet before that. Javico's Emperor Javico's uncle, which was one of the previous emperors. See, his dad was emperor. The guy, so the emperor in this show, Javico, right? His dad took the throne after his brother Salvador was murdered by Joseph Venport, which was like the guy who held the monopoly on all the spice guild navigators. So he set up this freaking visit to a spice harvester. They get on board the spice harvester, and he's like, "Oh, cool, spice harvester." And then Joseph Venport destroys the emperor's shuttle that's docked on it, and then he freaking sneaks off, and he pays off these two spotters, the worm spotters, to go fly away. And then he flies away, and then he sends a message, "You a-hole, you try to mess with me," because he was trying to basically take control over the spice, the emperor, instead of letting him control it. And then that's the easy way to put it. And then he sets him up to get murdered, and the worm kills the emperor, all because of that Joseph Venport guy. But overall, dude, I liked the episode. So they showed, bro, they showed the freaking. See, could that be a Cymech? Dude, they showed a freaking. First thing I thought of when I saw this, I was like, Cymech, dude. But I don't think it was a Cymech. I think it was one of the. Here, let's go ahead and switch that up. Boom, there we go. So I'm not gonna play it because I'll get copywritten, but I'll play the still shots of it. So they throw a thinking machine. But the clip was so short, it kind of got sucked. I wish they would have did more. They would have showed it more. So the very first part of the and dude, they're charging him with the swords, and you're like, really? Dude, that's how they do it in the book. They have shields, and they charge these freaking. They literally do charge the AI thinking machines with swords and stuff in the book. It's freaking wild. They use some other tech later on. So humans' only defense is shields. That's really the only way they can beat and go against the. I can't play it. You gotta go watch it. But the intro was. Okay, so I was a little bit. It's kind of funny. Oh, hey, Kiro, you. It's kind of funny how one complaint I kept seeing is if this is 10,000 years before Dune, why does everything look the same? Like, what do you think would change without computers? And yeah, everything's controlled. Actually, they had better technology back then. They'll have better tech. What people don't understand, they have better tech during this time than they do during Dune. Because technology is so banned, and some people still have, like you saw in this episode, the prince has that little bit of tech left. He has a little toy AI lizard, and basically, you ain't supposed to have none of that. It's death sentence. That's why there was such a standoff at the throne room there when it happened, or at that little banquet hall. And it was like, what do we do? We're gonna murder the prince right here in front of everybody. Like, it's instant death sentence usually when you get caught with tech. So, that's why it's such a big deal. That's why the mom freaked out. She's like, "What the hell? He's got freaking AI in here." I didn't see that coming. I was like, "Oh man, they're really showing that." Very cool, very clever scene. I really like. That was probably one of my more favorite scenes of the episode. Was that whole little ballroom scene. And I do like how the princess is kind of a scumbag, right? She goes off with her brother to go snort freaking spice. That was pretty funny. They do that. I mean, and they smoke spice as a drug mostly. It's usually just a drug that people go get high on. That's mainly what it's used for, and beer and stuff. And they didn't mention any navigators or nothing. So that was kind of, I mean, that's kind of a letdown. I heard that they're not going to show much navigators in here, a spacing guild type. I don't know in this point in um in this point of the story, 30 years after Navigators of Dune. I'll get back with you guys on that soon, and I'll get some more information. But I can't remember the timing because the Navigators are working for Joseph Venport, which he's at Navigators of Dune. At that point, he's basically at war with the Imperium and then the Butlerians at the same time. There's essentially a three-way war going on in that last book. And it's the Butlerian, it's Manfred Perundo is whatever, the missing legs Butlerian leader. He's like fighting. He basically causes a riot on Seleucus Secundus that the Javico's sister. So the Javico in this story, the Butlerians cause a jihad riot in this capital city there in the book, and that happens in Mentats, right? Yeah, and Mentats of Dune that causes. So Javico in this show is Mark Strong. His sister, when they're younger, the kids, she gets murdered. She gets trampled to death by this riot, and so their dad, Roderick, vows like a blood feud with the freaking leader of the Butlerians. So that's like in the book. And then, but he's like a little kid then, because that's literally 30 years before that, essentially. Yeah, that's the same book. So exact same time frame when she kills Dorothea, like in that flashback. All that stuff's going on too. And then of course, the Mentat, first Mentat, Gilbrathus, the Mentat school, he gets killed. He gets caught up in by the Butlerians. They land there and they do a siege on the Mentat school, and they find out that he's actually was a collaborator and raised by Erasmus. They get the journals of the psychotic AI robot, the Butlerians. They get the study, dissecting journals that he studied. The AI was torturing and dissecting humans for hundreds of years or whatnot, and he gets all those journals, and he's just like becomes like basically the Butlerian technology guy. He gets basically obsessed with it, and it makes him even more devout, like to wipe out any inkling of machines. And there's all kinds of stuff going on in those books. Well, there goes my question. Wonder if we see the Navi. Well, I've heard that they don't show up at all in these first 4 episodes. And that's for whatever reason, man. Why? I don't get it either. They didn't show them really barely in Dune Part 1 and none in Dune Part 2. They just got something against the Navigators. Maybe my theory is that they're trying to keep this for normies. The Dune movies, the new one, and this new franchise, they're trying to, Warner Brothers and Legendary, they're really trying to keep this going. And I feel that they think the Navigators might run off the normies, because if they show the Navigators, they're gonna have to be mutated somehow. They're gonna have to show them all like, if they could just show them not totally grotesque, just show them like scaly faces and kind of just show them like looking like messed up a little bit, and still in human form. You could do that. You don't have to do it exactly like the book if they don't want to have them like floating in there looking like freaking slug bots. Remember Chet from freaking Weird Science? Hey, come on, guys. When she makes Bill Paxton a horrible creature in Weird Science. Hey, guys. Hey, I'm sorry, brother. They look like that, right? the guild navigators. Oh, man. Yeah, the scene in the beginning was too quick. It was too quick, man. We should have seen a little bit more. It's cool. It was really cool. It's like 20 seconds long, not even. It shows them fighting the robots. I mean, you can see it right there. Then they throw like they throw a little grenade on them. right there. It shows him fighting him. It's a cool scene. I really liked it actually. They show it there. You can see the thinking. You see, I don't really know if those are um I'm kind of curious. Is that AI? Cuz that looks more like a Cymek to me. Cuz usually the AI in the books were like not that big. They were like bigger than a man, but they weren't that big. You know, I don't really remember, but they did have that war factory they send down. Remember they send that factory down, like the AI Deathbot factory that lands on, which I can't remember the planet name. It's a badass scene in the original books. It's in I think it's in Machine Crusade, the second book. And the AI they land this freaking like mobile factory. They like orbital drop it onto the planet, and it starts sucking in all metal and all this resources into it, and it starts grinding it up and spits out these death drones, and it just keeps feeding and feeding and pushing out more and more death drones, and this is like buzzing, and they're just going around creating these swarms and just killing all the humans and stuff. And it's freaking awesome, dude. Like, I don't know why they don't make that into a movie or something, but yeah, that's way before any of this in this show. That's the Machine Crusade book. It's the second book. I mean, theoretically, dude, most of this is not even. Well, I think we're gonna. They're mixing the three books. When they say Sisterhood of Dune, they're mixing the three books. Oh, this showed a scene right here. Yeah, because so Raquel was, I think she was was she granddaughter of Orion? I believe. Was I right about that? I can't. Uh, Hell, Dune. So Mother Superior. That's later on. I wanna learn about her, not them. Okay, here we go. Raquella, Berto. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was the first Reverend Mother. Yes. The founder and first Mother Superior Order of the Sisterhood, Rossack. True. I was right here. Illegitimate daughter of Vorian Atreides. So, um, I knew it. I remember that sparked my brain. You guys are helping me go down the memory hole here of those books. Oh yeah, Bot Factory. Yeah, dude, it's just like that. But in the books, they like orbital drop them on certain planets, and they create these bot factories and stuff. It's pretty badass. That's in the other books. You guys need to go read those books. Yeah. So the Mother Superior Raquel, you know, they showed her, and she was dying on her deathbed. She's the daughter of she's an Atreides, and that means that Rorotea was also a Atreides bloodline that she killed in the beginning of this episode. Now, it doesn't really emphasize that very much, I don't think, in the book. But it is true though. Yeah. So oh, come playing it, I can't play it. She was the daughter, because Vorian Atreides was going around boinking all these women and having kids on all these different planets. Yeah, so let's see. So that scene where she so this scene where's that? There, the scene where she's on her deathbed, that happens, like I said earlier, that does happen in the book, except she wants Valia and Roritea to team up. She dies. She passes all this knowledge like instantly to Roritea, and she's kind of stunned, standing there, like soaking it all in. And she realizes that, oh my god, they're using AI in the room here in the corridor, and all this stuff. And then freaking Valia's like, oh, I can't let this lady get any kind of power. So she uses the voice on her, but so it's similar to the show. So you're not really nothing's. It's a little different, but it's pretty much this. You get the gist of it. So that was good on this episode. And then going forward from that, all the new stuff, there's not really, we're on uncharted territory, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I liked it, dude. At first, I was like letting the negative reviews get to me, so I was like, and I was like, oh wait, this is good, And then I started, and I don't understand what's going on here. Why are people thinking it's too hard to follow? It was pretty easy, actually. I was like, oh, this isn't hard to follow. This is very simple. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, guys. What did you get? I liked it. I don't know. I guess we'll see in the next episode if it gets any better or stays the same. If they keep, see, like I said before, my expectations were, if they keep this show, Dune politics of the Dune universe, they give me a good show. It doesn't have to be crazy action packed. Keep a slow burn. Keep the characters going. I'll be happy. I'm not expecting Dune Part 2 levels of cinematography here, guys. This is a TV show. So, yeah, I don't know what the heck people are thinking. So far, on episode 1, I'm probably going to give it, since it did change some things from the book, and it didn't have everything in there that I want to see. And the show's still going. So, off of the one episode, I'm going to give it like an 8. Probably an 8. 8.3. I mean, I won't really do all that, but the only reason I don't give it a 9 or higher is because if they would have had like more Butlerian Jihad in there, like at least a minute of or an actual battle scene of it, a real one, not just a flashback, I would have gave it a little bit more. It really should have shown some more of that, to give people more of a feel of like how dreaded the AI was, because people don't really realize it, how evil they were towards humans. It's bad, like it's complete genocides. They wiped out all the remaining human slaves on Earth, right, when they try to revolt. So it's like, I mean, just wipe out every last single human. So yeah, it's they need to show that. I think they need to show how terrifying the AI was, and what it could do. So maybe that's what they needed to do too. Maybe show like AI wiping out a whole planet or something, or something, just tearing people up, civilians or something. And then yeah, but they got 6 episodes to get this all in here, and it's like 6 books. Massive books of data. They gotta, I mean, really, if you think about it, you gotta cram in here. So it's hard. It's a hard, it's a hard mission. So far so good. I think they're doing okay. It's not the best show ever made, obviously, but I give it an 8. This episode, yeah, it was fine. I liked it. And I really liked it towards after the middle of the episode when it's the banquet scene, and then I didn't, it seemed like Princess Yanez has some sort of plot. She has some sort of plot going where she wants to take over the throne because she has something going on. Oh yeah, that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. The whole plan. This is why I'm also leaving it at 8. The whole plan, we're gonna get a sister on the throne. That's not in the book. I don't think that's even in the book. I think I don't remember them even mentioning that specific plan. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the scene where she's talking to them in the corridor before she makes her stab herself. None of that happens in the book. That little talk about like, hey, we need to get one of our own on the throne, a woman, an empress. And I don't think they ever say that in the book. That part I was like, eh. that's why it's some small things like that that I'm giving it, lowering it down from like a 9, you know, to an 8. Just some stuff in it. I get what they're trying to do though. They have to push the plot forward. You got 6 episodes, so you got to make it. Hey, throw that in there. Cool, I get it. So I bet you they kind of probably debated that whole plot in the script writing. Like how are we gonna condense all of this to get the story going? Because you don't have enough time to tell all of it. But you don't listen to reviews. Yeah, dude, reviews suck, dude. I make my own choices. If reviewers make a good or bad reviews to still get paid, yeah, dude, the review now. If you see a 7 out there, I'll be like, okay, that's fair. If you see a 5 or lower, no way, dude. Because this had a lot of stuff in it, like from the books, which I was actually surprised. Even though they changed it up a little, I was like, oh, okay, this is in there. That's in there. She had that scene where she makes her. She's the first one to use the voice. That's true. That's right out of the book. Valia Harkonnen, she invented the voice, and it shows that in the show. And I was like, wow, they did that. They actually put that in the show. So I was impressed with that. They had the whole that whole scene was like pretty much accurate, except for a few things. The truth sayers scene where they can tell that's the truth sayer is a big thing in the book, and they showed a lot of that, and that was cool. I like that. I really like the truth sayer aspect of it. How you can tell by all their little things, their perspirations, their everything, right? And they can tell if they're lying or there's story is true, but there's deception behind it, and that they do that in the book, right? So yeah, that was pretty good. And there's little like Easter eggs in there too. When the one sister was saying she killed her parents. Her parents were chopping up people and selling them and all that. That's a little nod to the book, because the Emperor's old interrogator was doing that. So I don't know if that was on purpose. I was like, is that her family that was doing that? But the big mystery, Desmond Hart. What is his power? Did he get a little bit? So it's either one or two things. He got a little bit of water or life in him, or he has some kind of piece of tech that was kind of hiding out in the worm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what his deal is gonna be, but he did something to that kid, and they're gonna blame it on the tech, right? They're gonna blame it on the little AI toy, and that's a good. Man, I was like, oh, okay, that's what they're gonna have to do. And then but then, I can't remember her name, but the other Reverend Mother, she started getting cooked too. So, but that was that's a totally different star system, different planet. So, what the hell is it? Something with spice? Was she taking spice? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. That's a mystery. We actually have a mystery on our hands, guys. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the episode? Those of you that watched it. Yeah, I liked it. I rather liked it. It wasn't action packed and quite as twisty and turny like the Penguin. But it's Dune, so I think they did a good job of it. And I could definitely see normie people maybe not liking it. I really could see that. Yeah, I like the part where the other Harkonnen, the Baron, he's like trying to sell his like whale blubber and stuff to the Emperor, and that's from the book. That's what the Harkonnens they hunt like these whales on Lankavale, and that's what they're mainly sell, like this whale blubber kind of stuff and whale fat and stuff from these whales they harvest. And I was like, dude, so the people who made this show, they read the books, or at least somebody on these shows read those books. Well, they did have the people working on it, so they had Kevin J. Anderson on it working on the show. So he must have been throw that in there, that do that. So they had the authors are like working on the show, as far as like advisors and producers and stuff. So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, pretty cool. I thought it was pretty good. I'm gonna go watch it again actually, just to catch the little thing, and then yeah, them plotting to put a princess on the throne as a mother, reverend mother or whatnot. I mean, that's. I mean, I don't remember that being in the. I think they did that later, actually, but not in this time. I don't know. Well, we'll look. We'll look into it. We'll look into it. You liked it. I admit I don't know much about the prequel, so I wanted to watch it to get the gist. I'm reading the original 6 when I get the time to read. Yeah, I mean, if you have a hard time finding time to read them, try the audiobooks on Amazon, Audible. Yeah, go on Audible, get the audiobooks. Start with Butlerian Jihad, and then work your way through those first 6 books. Yeah, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot reading those books about the backstory of everything and is how evil the freaking AI were. Yeah. Oh, I've been going for an hour already. Dude, I've been going for another hour. Oh wow. Yeah, I gotta go to bed here. I gotta work. Yeah. So overall, this was a cool scene when they're like basically, see, this didn't really happen in the book, but I think what we're gonna see here, guys. So what they don't really mention. There's a scene when she's talking to her sister Tula. Yeah, I don't know what this all hit. The reckoning, that didn't happen. There was no like reckoning mentioned in the book, so they added that as a plot point. That they added that for the show to add drama, but that's not in the book. The reckoning thing, but that's going to be like the main plot driving thing, I guess, for the show. That's close though. So this is that scene that this scene didn't happen when she's talking about that, getting Empress on the throne, her sister. So Tula is supposed to be a blonde bombshell. That's one thing that threw me off in the show. She's actually hotter than her sister, which is not the case. Tula is supposed to be a blonde, like supermodel looking. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to just be totally gorgeous, like I think they did a good job. Good job with Dorothy. There's her sister. Yeah, she's supposed to be blonde. She's supposed to look like a Victoria's Secret model in the book because she seduces the men. Funny thing about her, I'm gonna ruin it, but we might find out that she fell in love with an Atreides and then killed him. I wonder if we're gonna find out about. I wonder if we're going to, when she's young, when she's this age. I think we're probably gonna see that happen in a flashback. Oh, the sword master is an Atreides. I wonder who that. I didn't see his first name. Because that bartender with the eyes of a bod, she's like, "Hey, Atreides, you okay?" And I was like, "That's weird." So he's the sword master training the. So this scene happens. She makes her. That's just like the book. She does use the voice on Dorothea, and she makes her cut her own throat. That happened. Fast forwarding. Can't read cheese. I can't read cheese. She's telling me cheese. I don't count that. And I liked how they actually had the actual exact like I like how they had the actual like timeline here. They actually have the years. 116 years after the end of the Great Machine War, which is the. They should have said if they said the Machine Crusade, I would have liked that better because that's actually in the books. But they don't want to say Butlerian Jihad. I'm guessing we can all guess why they don't want to have the word jihad in a TV show. But because the book is literally called Butlerian Jihad. But I put a jihad on you. And I'll put a jihad on you too. Remember Team America? You guys gotta watch Team America if you've never seen it. Let's fast forward here to training. So this guy is like basically a bastard son of that. I think of that. He's a bastard son of the emperor. And then they mentioned something very quickly that she was abducted, Princess Yanez, and then recovered. So she was basically kidnapped and raised somewhere else, I guess. So I don't know how that works. I guess we'll find out more. Matt Damon. I like this scene. Well, actually, later on when the ships are cool, dude. The ships are like exactly how I would imagine them being. Seleucus Secundus looks really nice, right? Well, it's not going to be later. We all know what happens. So that I guess this guy's an Atreides, and he's got a thing for the princess. And then, so that was fine. I mean, that fighting wasn't too spectacular, but oh well. This was a cool scene when he was basically doing a deal, marry the kids together, join the houses, and then he gets a big fleet. So that was pretty cool. And this part was cool. That's the other guy's truthsayer, but they're colluding with the others still, right? Because of sisterhood. So she's like having a conversation with back and forth, like basically like, hey, this is our plan. Hey, is he doing this? He's doing that. Okay, no, but we're really doing this. Okay, they're on board with each other, right? Because their loyalty is not to the houses, their loyalty is to the sisterhood. So that was pretty cool. Even though she does have kind of a loyalty to the, a little bit of a, I think, well, she's cooked, right? She's literally cooked at the end of the episode, so. But I think she did have a little bit of loyalty to the Emperor. Yep, they learn how to fight, dude. They know. So Valia, what they don't mention in the show. They make her look like, oh, she's this innocent old woman. I bet you we see it later in the season or in the show. She's the best fighter in the sisterhood. Right, when she was younger, like she beat the sword masters in training, like the advanced sword masters. And so and there's one scene in one of the books, I think it's Mentats, I believe, where she's like fighting the advanced swordmaster trainer, and then she uses the voice on him, and then beats him, and then he's like, how did you do that? And all this kind of thing is pretty funny. Yeah, but she's the best swordsman. She's the best swordsman fighter in here, and she's probably gonna be like, oh, I'm a little old lady, and then she's gonna chop some people up, I bet. she's a badass, actually. She's better than her. She's better than her sister. She can actually kick ass. This was a cool scene when they're saying the prisoners. That's pretty much kind of happens in the book. They're doing all their training, and they basically train it for years before they ever take the poison. The princess over here getting ready to get married to the prince. Atreides. Kieran, is that his name? Kieran Atreides? Is that they said his name? Desmond Hart survived the worm, escaped the worm, has some sort of power. That's the biggest mystery of it, right? We don't know what his deal is. And then she's cooked. She has this nightmare, and she gets fried at the end of the episode. So my favorite scene, man, I think of the entire... Oh, they're having a scene right here where the sister says, like, you basically... She hints to her, like, basically making her hard-skinned, so to speak. And because when she's younger, she makes her go on a mission to seduce an Atreides. And then I kind of spoiled that already. But we might see that. I don't know. But I think she actually started falling in love with him. Because she's actually met Vorian Atreides. Tula. She tried to kill him. So she's met... And so I don't know where Vorian Atreides is now in this universe. Where he is. But... Dude, what if it came out that Desmond Hart was Vorian Atreides? That'd be crazy at the end of it all. But... That'd be pretty funny. because he doesn't age. Moving forward, the ships are cool. The ships, scenery and stuff looks cool. We've seen that part. I want to go to the scene where so she marries the prince to make that deal, and then boom, there it is. He pulls out the AI toy, thinking machine toy, and they're like, "What the hell? He's got a freaking AI in here in the throne in the palace." And then you come to find out later, the emperor or House Richese is kind of sympathetic to having technology, which is a big no-no. Pretty cool stuff. That was my favorite scene of the episode, actually. The more I talk about it, the more I like it. Yeah, they have a standoff there. They try to have a standoff. Hopefully I don't get copywritten for this. But I don't think I will, because I'm not playing any audio or playing any of the footage. So I think I'll be okay. Let's go fast forward. He has a meeting with him. He's trying to help him out. Oh, then the princess sneaks out with her brother to go party. He meets up with the Atreides. They smoke some of that good. They smoke some of that good spice. That good spice. And then I don't know who the chick in the bartender is. She's got the eyes of a bod. See, I think she's gonna play a part. I wonder if Atreides is blanking her on the side. It's like a love triangle. They get busy. So there's something about this girl that Tula is like, hey, she's a natural. She just hasn't brought it out yet. So I think she's gonna be a key player in this season. The youngest sister. I don't know. I think I seen her in the trailer getting poison dropped in her eye or something. I think she's gonna get killed or something. I don't know why. I feel like she's got something she's hiding. That person. Mark Strong. He got left the crystal, the hollow crystal, showing Desmond getting eaten by the worm after they got sabotaged. Kid had got the toy, and then he does something to him, and the kid starts cooking. We don't know exactly what he did to him. That's a pretty cool scene, actually, right there, dude, where it shows that hologram, and then the kid starts cooking like filet mignon on my grill. And then he's cooking, she's cooking. So something happens where he can make people freaking burn up from the inside out. So I don't know what that is. Telekinesis, power, something. But virus. I don't know. Did he get a virus? Because the thinking machines. Ooh, yeah, Bene Gesserit cooking skill. I will fry you. No, I'm curious to see if he's just got a piece of tech on him that he's using it on, and he can control stuff with it, like a piece of AI technology that he has. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. But maybe he's got some sort of water life power when he was in the worm. That's not. You know what's sad? I kind of was starting to like her. Honestly, her character. And then they kill her. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Oh, you think he's Halaxu? Oh, okay. You think he's Halaxu? So he has some kind of tech or something he's using? Or maybe he's a clone. Maybe he really did die and he's just a clone. Because the Thalaxus are the ones that make the Golas, right? Yeah, I don't know. There could be. I guess we'll find out. I was surprised. I thought I was just going to nail everything in the show. And I'm like, oh, something I don't know. That's kind of fun, right? So I really don't know what's going to happen with all that. And that was the end. That was the end of the episode. Yeah, so and we're gonna see. Looks like we're gonna have some stuff think avail when they're before they go to the sisterhood. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. He has weapons used by the Bene Thalaxu. If HBO taught me anything with Game of Thrones, don't like anyone. Yeah. Early face dancer. He may already be dead. Yeah, could be face dancer. Cytel, right? A little Cytel action going. Feature. Yeah, that I didn't think of that. Could be. Could be. Could be. Man, I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube. If you're watching on, you guys are all on YouTube, so you're already subscribed probably. Hey, appreciate everyone on the stream. Wow. Oh, dude, this has been my Discord has been copying all my words and filling it into a text or into a post, and it's like 4,000 words. I'm like, damn, I talk that much. That's funny. That's hilarious. Oh man, it's all in there still. There you go. Yeah, it was writing into the it didn't send it. I think it was too many words anyways. I think it was like 4,000 words. Now I am. I know HBO taught me anything. You know, I was kind of liking the Emperor's Trusair, and she got burned up at the end. But she was kind of being kind of cool about it, helping him. Shows how excited you are. Own it. Good. Just shows how excited. Well, man, it is Dune, so I'm gonna like it. And just as long as the show, I'm not saying the show has to be super action packed. I just want it to be a good story. I'm not looking for some Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2 level cinematography. We know we ain't gonna get that. I think that's what the problem is. People thought we were gonna get Denis Villeneuve Dune movies, but it's a TV show. It's a show, so I don't want people getting worked up about this. I don't know. So far, so good. I'm giving it an 8. It loses a couple points because it changed little things from the book I didn't like. And some of the music in the beginning was not as good. We not enough of the Thinking Machine Crusade, Machine Crusade stuff, but Larry Jihad, I wanted to see a little more of that. But other than that, yeah, so far, I mean, I'm in the story. I want to know what Desmond Hart's deal is now. So I want to know what his I wonder how much Dune scenes we're gonna see in this show on Dune itself, because so far we really didn't see. We've seen flashbacks and visions, and then yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, that was the hologram. Remember, he said they got sabotaged or attacked by off-world tech. There was a spice harvester down there, and he was outside of it. Why was he calling it? I think somebody set those thumpers, I think, and so he was just like, the way it does seem ambiguous. You're right, because I was like, why did he set those thumpers up? It looked like he was getting up out of there to he was getting out of the area, but then there's thumpers, and the worm came and got him, and he was like, screw it. So that's why the Emperor was like, because at that point the Emperor doesn't know he got swallowed by a worm. He's like, this guy got swallowed by a freaking worm. How is he standing in front of me? So that's what it is. He's like, what the hell? So no, the worm got him. It looks like. So something was going on. Yeah, he was twitching a lot, right? Real twitchy and weird. So maybe you're right about him being a either a Gola or face dancer or Thilaxu or something. So maybe he is. My theory was earlier, if you weren't on here, my theory was that maybe he was found some kind of piece of technology inside the worm AI. So, but but yeah. Tell me what you guys think. I'm about to end the stream, guys. That was kind of my overview of the show, the first episode. I liked it. A couple things they didn't, they threw in some tidbits from the books I liked. They changed some things I didn't like. Um, but overall, it's a pretty good show. I was kind of like after the part where the AI shows up for whatever reason, the lizard. I was like in the show, dude. I was like on board with the show. At first, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Then they showed that whole standoff scene, and I was like, oh, yeah. So Fremen do leave the planet Arrakis. So maybe she is a Fremen. You can get the eyes of a bod even if you're not Fremen. If you get addicted to so much spice, you can get eyes of a bod even from a different planet if you're addicted to spice. And you, but what happens is they put contacts in to hide it. People do. So no, eyes of a bod are not only a Fremen trait. No, I think in some of those books you get them. They put contacts in. If you're addicted enough to the spice, you can get eyes of a bod. Um, I don't think it's as common like you're saying, but you can if you're highly addicted to spice. You can get them, and they hide them. They hide their eyes with contacts because it's not a socially accepted, so to speak, especially high society. Yeah, I think it even talks about that in the other books, Balerian Jihad and all that. Um, there's some people that hide their spice addiction with contacts, but I don't think it's you're right about it's mostly Fremen. So generally speaking, yes, it is true. It's only Fremen that get them because they eat spice all day. I do know if you get withdrawals from spice, stop taking it, you pretty much die. I think, right? If you're highly addicted, so that's not good. Which that's kind of weird because when some of those Fremen leave in Navigators of Dune, I think it is, to go work for Joseph Import, they don't really go through spice withdrawal. Really, do they? Maybe they can still get spice. They didn't really talk about that. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Man, I got 9 people in this video or in the stream now. Now I'm kind of sad to end it. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the episode. Yep. Anybody on there? That's pretty much it. I gave it an 8. A couple things I didn't like. Mostly I did like. But someone on the Discord said the Fremen aren't poor, mindless desert scum. They are highly advanced. Yeah, that's that's true. Yeah, I saw that they're reading the Orange Catholic Bible. Well, she cuts her off. Remember when they're chanting on the little pad? Yeah, and she's like, yeah, they're reading, and then she starts cutting her off because she's like, "Oh, we need to use our tools and all that stuff." She's like, "No, shall not, no, 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 no." And I was like, "Oh snap!" They're reading the stuff out of the Orange Catholic Bible. That's pretty cool. For those of you who don't know, after they defeat the AI, they create a Bible that's basically essentially the religion to and the rules that you can't use technology. And it's all these rules in there. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, so you can definitely tell that the people who made this show read those books. They at least had somebody that had read them, and they have those producers, authors. So, yeah. Oh, I really wonder if we're gonna get any reference to Vorian Atreides or not. Man, I got 7 people watching constantly. I really appreciate that, everyone. Who's watching on anybody watching on Twitch or on TikTok? Ooh, they could be watching on TikTok and I wouldn't even know. Nope, I ain't got nobody on TikTok. Well, but it's cool. It's all good. Yeah. So that's so right here we see there's a scene that's Tula, right? So we see Tula. So Tula looking at the Atreides bull. That's Caladan, I'm guessing. So I don't want to spoil anything, but Tula, when she's younger, she gets Valia sends her on a mission to like basically seduce an Atreides. So, you know, they didn't really talk much about that in the show. Valia's hate. Well, she did in the beginning, so that was true. So in the beginning, it was, it says that an Atreides was the hero of the war, which is true. But then it says the legend goes that the Harkonnens cowered and fled, which is not necessarily fled. Abelard Harkonnen tried to sabotage the fire control computers, the fleet synchronization computers for the human fleet when they were doing the final assault on Corrin, because he didn't want to actually shoot any of the humans that the AI were using as human shields, like literally using them as human shields. And Vorian Atreides was like, no, we're destroying the machines here, and no matter what, no matter the cost. And then he sabotaged. I mentioned this earlier. Abelard Harkonnen sabotaged the fire control computers. The battle still went their way, but he was basically seen as a traitor after the war, and then Harkonnens were exiled to Lankavale, which is the ice planet we keep seeing in the trailers and in the beginning of the show. So that's true. The guy kind of did. It was actually worse than running from the war. It was worse. He sabotaged the fleet. So, the main final battle, dude, of the AI, and Harkonnen sabotaged the fleet's fire control systems. Yeah, so that's why they got. And so it's their own damn fault. It's Abelard's fault. Harkonnen's fault. So but they don't want to believe it, and so they're just kind of like, yeah. That's the whole catch on all that. So yeah, they probably won't talk about that at all in the show, I'm guessing. All right, folks, we are getting to that point, where I have to go. I wonder who's in this container. I was wondering who the heck's in this container. I guess we'll find out next week. It looks like he's frying more people here, right? It looked like he was cooking more people at some kind of tribunal or something. You guys know in the next trailer for the next episodes. So he's doing something. Oh yeah, look at his eye there, dude. It's big. It's all weird and grotesque looking. His right eye. You guys are right. Somebody said that earlier. His eye looks funky. Yeah, you're right. So I think that's gonna be something with his eye. Cool fighters there. That's pretty sweet. Pretty cool there. I wonder if we're gonna have like a fleet battle or anything in this, like the last episode or something. So it looks like here they're gonna make her a Reverend Mother. It looks like, and she's gonna have a vision. Let's Lankavale. This looks like it's Griffin Harkonnen. Looks like maybe they're gonna talk about him. Yeah, because can't read that up there. Very possible this is Griffin Harkonnen's sarcophagus or body. Lady bartender looks good. I can't remember who. Okay, we're still talking about that. Oh, man, you guys are okay. Thou shalt not create a machine like. Yep. Right out of the Catholic Bible, Orange Catholic Bible. Cool. Oh. That's it. That's the room. I just saw that in the trailer. That's their AI room, the computer room that they have in the basement that they're hiding. They're using AI thinking machine technology to track all the DNA. That they're gonna show that in the show. They're giving it away in the trailer. Look, see? And they're gonna bring her down there, it looks like. Wild, dude. Yeah. See? That's what I told you guys earlier. See, the Bene Gesserit are cheating. They're cheats. That's the whole point of this. Is they're scum sucking cheats. They're filthy machiners, dude. Yep, and we have our standard. Cool, man. Yeah, the more I talk about the show, more I'm liking it. I can't wait for next week. There's the Atreides. It looks like these guys are early Sardaukar. That's what I'm getting a vibe on them. Yeah, maybe Desmond Hart's gonna start the Sardaukar. Yeah, cool. All right, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'm gonna try. I did like 3 live streams this weekend, so make sure you guys pay attention to the channel. Go back, look at the old videos, the lore, all the fun stuff, and pretty much I gotta go to bed. I gotta work, and then I'll probably try to drop some shorts and some videos this week, and then I might do the same thing next week, guys. I might do this every week while the show's going. So I might do my normal Saturday night stream, and then I'll do my pre-show, post-show next week as well, if everything works out. So I think I'll do this every week, and we'll see if I can get some subs. Maybe I get some members. Maybe we get somebody to join my membership thing and get this channel going. You know, who knows? Send me some super tats or something. But I'm trying to get my viewership up so I can get to my total 4,000 watch hours too. I think once Dune Awakening comes out, I don't think I'll have a problem with that. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I gotta end this. Gotta go to bed. And I shall see you guys. Appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Alrighty.
Dreams to thee, Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free in the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens that's Haderach, rising from the dust and bowing. Beneath twin suns on Arrakis land, firm and whispers in the wind so